Woo! What's going on, guys? How's it going? Warm Swarm coming at you guys. Doing a late video right now. The kids are sleeping, the wife's sleeping, but we got news. Guys. Dan Campbell is a new head coach for the Detroit Lions. It's the only time I can do this video too because I'm on afternoons. I can't do videos downstairs because my whole family's down here. My wife's working. She's a teacher, and my little girl's online doing stuff. So it is what it is. But now I'm going to do this video. I just got off work. Dan Campbell in the house, guys. Now this is a guy, okay, 6'5", 265 pounds. Drafted in the third round by the New York Giants in 1999 out of Texas A&M. Played 10 total years in the NFL. Only had 91 catches, 934 yards, and 11 touchdowns in 10 seasons. Played with the Giants for 4, Cowboys for 3, and the Detroit Lions for 3 as well. Played for the Saints 1 year, but didn't acquire any stats. So I don't know if he actually made the team or what happened there, because there's absolutely no record of stats on Dan Campbell as a New Orleans Saint. But his best season statistically was 2006 with the Detroit Lions, 21 catches, 308 yards, 4 touchdowns. Okay, now that was with Jeff Garcia, Josh McCown, Dan Orlovsky. Take your pick there. It was usually the Jeff Garcia show. I know Garcia got hurt a couple times and Josh McCown took over. But those were some rough years, man. But basically what you're getting out of Dan Campbell is that he's a blocking tight end. Tough, gritty. That's what you're getting out of Dan Campbell. That's what he is. And that's how he played back in the day when he played football. He wasn't your stat guy. He wasn't a guy that was going to score a bunch of touchdowns. He's basically an old lineman. That's what he was. Tough. Now, this is a guy that's been through the 0-16 season, 2008. He was with Detroit, so he knows all about losing. And we hope that doesn't happen, right? Now, after his playing days, this is what he did. He went to be a coaching intern for the Dolphins in 2010. Then he moved up to tight end coach with the Dolphins 2011 and 2015. Then he became the interim head coach for the Dolphins 2015. He took over Joe Philbin. You guys remember Joe Philbin, grade 7 science teacher? The guy literally was going to give you detention every single time. Every time I looked at that guy, I thought I was literally getting a detention. So he took over for Jolton Joe. Joe went 0-4 with that team right off the jump, and he took them to 5-7. Dan Campbell did. Now that was a team that was a really bad team. You go check out that roster. Go check out that year. That was a really bad Miami Dolphins football team. He had that team working hard. He had that team doing old school things. Winning 5 games was almost a miracle. They were just a really bad football team. He probably should have got a shot at getting that job, but he never did. They ended up giving it to Adam Gase, and we know what he did with that squad, right? So, and then after he left Miami in 2016, became immediately an assistant head coach and a tight end coach in New Orleans under Sean Payton from 2016 to now, 2020. What you're getting out of him, okay, and that's another thing, guys. That's another thing about Dan Campbell. He's not just a tight ends coach. A lot of people just were like, oh man, that's great. We just hired a tight ends coach. That's it. He's not. He was an assistant head coach to one of the best head coaches in the NFL today, Sean Payton. That's something, okay? That's something. That means he's got some type of smarts. He knows the game. He's very good with players. He's a leader. He's a motivator. That's what you want. Sean Payton obviously saw that, made him the assistant head coach for a reason, right? That's good. But what you're getting out of Dan Campbell is that he's not an X's and O's guy. He's not going to come in. He's not going to scheme. He doesn't have any schemes. He's probably obviously going to have a plan, obviously, but he's not a scheme guy. He's not an X's and O's guy. He was never a D coordinator. He was never an O coordinator. He was nothing like that. He was just an assistant head coach, and he was a tight ends coach. And that's not a bad thing. We've gone through this before. We've gone through X's and O's guys. Remember Matt Patricia? We all remember Matt Patricia, defensive guru, schematic genius. Jim Caldwell, quarterback guru, offensive guy. Rod Marinelli, defensive guy. Jim Schwartz, defensive genius, defensive schemer. He knows what he's doing. He's got a plan. You know what I mean? He's got these schemes. You're not getting that from Dan Campbell. He's gonna have to surround himself with good coordinators. That's not a lie. Well, I'm not gonna sit here and blow smoke up you know what, guys. He's gonna need to surround himself with good coordinators. Now, when I say good coordinators, I got to be really careful what I say here too, okay? Because we're not going to get established coordinators coming here. We're not going to get guys that are going to jump ship that were other coordinators on other teams. That's my feel. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, we've already interviewed Aaron Glenn, okay? Aaron Glenn was supposed to be the D coordinator of this team. There was all kinds of reports. Ian Rappaport, Adam Schefter. People were literally like high up NFL heads and media guys were reporting that he was the next defensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions. Well, that's not true, okay? That's not true for one. And for two, he's a DB coach, okay? He's a DP coach and an assistant coach, okay? So if he came here as a defensive coordinator, it's a first-time guy. Now we just interviewed the guy, I can't remember his name. Now we just interviewed somebody from the Baltimore Ravens, the quarterback coach. His name escapes me. I should have wrote it down. I never did. But they interviewed him to be the offensive coordinator. First-time guy to be an OC. You know what I mean? So you Lions fans, you got to temper your expectations. You really, really do, man. I've been seeing online. I've been seeing all the fights. And trust me, I'm involved in some of them. But I'm behaving though. I am behaving. I'm not getting kicked off Facebook, by the way, guys. I'm actually behaving. I'm trying to make myself not get kicked off Facebook for 2021. But there have been debates. I'm going to call them debates, not arguments, okay? That people just get, like Lions fans, I love you to death, but a lot of you guys are really, really super delusional. You're very delusional. You guys think that we should have held out for better. And and then I chime in and come in and say, what do you mean by better? What's better? Like, I try to make examples. Andy Reid is not dropping his red and white colors and coming here. Bill Belichick isn't going, ooh, Detroit looks like it's a very, very good destination to go be a head coach. No, okay? It's not happening. It's not happening. Good to great coaches are not coming here to take over as head coaches, as OCs, as DCs, as any of that. We're going to get a lot of first-time guys. We're getting first-time guys. We're getting guys that want to be here, for one, okay? That want to be here. And some guys are going to have to make a name for themselves. And that's okay. We don't have a choice, okay? That team right there, that team is terrible. We are a bad football team, guys. I hate to say it, but we are. We all know it. We all know it. It's not like it's a secret, but we are a bad football team. We're a bad organization. We're run. It's a dumpster fire. It's a dumpster fire. But I think they have, like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Dan Campbell is the greatest hire in the world. Okay? I'm not going to sit there and tell you that. I'm not going to blow smoke up. You know what? Like I said earlier, I'm not going to do it. I'm really not going to do it. But I like the due diligence that this organization actually did this time. He wasn't my number one choice. He probably wasn't my number two or number three, number four. You know what I mean? He wasn't. I didn't even know Dan Campbell was even in the running. I didn't even know. His name wasn't out there. I tell you that. His name kind of just popped out of nowhere. You know what I mean? But he's got some head coach experience. So he's been down that road. So people are all saying, oh, well, he's not going to be able to do this. He's not going to be able to do that. He has the experience. Yes, it was 5-6 years ago, but the experience is there. And yes, he's not a schematic guy. He's not an X's and O's guy, but he's a motivator. He's a leader of men. Okay, he almost reminds me of Mike Vrabel. Okay, I hate doing the comparison game, but sometimes you just have to. He kind of reminds me of a Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel wasn't no X's and O's guys. No X's and O's guys when he went to go be the head coach of the Tennessee Titans. Okay, I'm just letting you know that. So we gotta just calm down, not trip out, not say that, oh, this guy's coming out of retirement, Bill Cowher, we want Bill Cowher, we want Brian Billick, I think Andy Reid's gonna come over. No, okay, this is what we're gonna get, man. And I'm not dissing, I'm not crapping on Dan Campbell whatsoever. I'm not. This is a first-time hire, first-time head coach, and let's roll with this, man. Let's get it, guys. I really think the organization, I really think they do for who they could interview and who was on their list, blah, blah, this and that. I really think they did a good job of finding Brad Holmes, the GM, and they kind of stumbled upon him, okay, which is fine to do. They stumbled upon him, which is good. You know what I mean? It could be a great thing. It could be bad. Then Dan Campbell came out of nowhere. Now he's had some coaching experience in the past, so we're gonna have to roll with this. Now, I like the hire, but I'm not jumping up and down for it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's a great hire, like I said earlier. It's not great. It's not bad. It's not good. It's not this. You know what I mean? I'm on the fence. I'm not gonna bash it. I'm not gonna bash it at all because we don't know what he's bringing yet. We don't know what he's bringing. And there's not really a whole lot to say about him. You know what I mean? He's got some coaching experience, like I said. He's played in the NFL for 10 years. He's a beast. You know what I mean? Sean Payton. Come on. If you're Sean Payton's lieutenant, man, that's not a bad thing. So 29th head coach in Lions history, guys. That's what he is. And he's our 2021 guy. Let's start it off right, man. Let's give this guy as much support as we can. Let's go Lions. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, guys. It's on the right-hand corner. Don't forget to like and comment. It's all about liking and in the comments, negative, positive. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And hit that notification bell and get all my videos. Thanks, guys, and go Lions. Let's go.